So today's video lesson is going to be about how I made $500 in profit today, only using around $1,300 to trade with. I traded RVLT and I made around 40% or so, trading for about, I think it was, let me see, about 5 minutes. And really the main thing that's so powerful about this is the same exact thing happened yesterday. Everything, same type of stock, same type of news, same type of chart pattern. You could have just looked at yesterday and copied the same exact thing today, and you could have made a ton of money. So I'm going to break it down for you guys. Make sure that you pay attention, especially if you have a small account, because this is perfect for growing a small account exponentially. All right, so here's the trades for today on RVLT. So let me just break this down real quick. I bought in 4,000 shares just before and during the breakout of 33.5-ish, and I sold into the resistance once I saw some resistance at the $0.50. I sold most of my position at around 47 cents and then the rest at around 43.5. So all in all, making over 12 cents a share on this type of stock. That's a very solid gain. On these trades overall, I made just around 500 bucks. So let me just backtrack a bit and let's break down kind of what happened yesterday. So let's just start first with yesterday, and kind of this whole week in general really has really been focused on these low priced stocks that have news or something and they have big spikes. We saw NVCN. This went from the 47 cents up to 90 cents. We saw OBLN. Same thing, massive gap up from 40 cents up to $1.58. We had NVCN. I think I just said NVCN. We had BIOC, which wasn't exactly sub dollar, but basically was at around 82 cents, squeezed up to 225. OTLK, the list goes on and on. These are all kind of the same essential move. This one wasn't exactly the same, I guess, but we also had EMES. EMES yesterday went from 16 cents to a high of 47 cents in a single day. So just goes to show how powerful these moves can be. And if you trade them right, you can really grow your account super fast. And that's what I'm trying to teach you guys. So this all kind of backtracks to EMES. Let's just get some values for EMES real quick. I'm pretty sure I had it on my scans here in the morning. EMES. All right, so EMES has a float of around 22.1 million shares. And if we look at the news for EMES yesterday, what was the news? The news was they have 6 months from receipt of notice to regain compliance with the New York Stock Exchange's minimum share price requirement. All right. Keep that in mind. So once again, what's EMES? Low price, low float, had compliance news. They received a notice of not being compliant, and this squeezed from 17 to 47. So what do you think people are going to do that missed out on EMES? They're going to think in the back of their head, okay, next time I see a low-priced, low-float stock with volume and some news, I'm going to want to buy that breakout, right? Now we come to RVLT. What's RVLT? We saw it right up here. RVLT, low float, low price, 13 million share float. Average volume is only 318,000. And we can see by the time this first alert happened down at 25 cents, it had already surpassed the volume or the average volume just today at 509,000. That's a very significant thing. And this is kind of a secret that no one's telling you. You need to look at stocks that have a catalyst that brings in like so much more volume than the average daily volume. Like for example, here we have YUMA, right? It's also low priced, it's also low float, but look at the average volume, 4.35 million shares. That's the average volume that goes through in a single day. So if we see it breaking out at only 500,000 volume, we can kind of assume, okay, it's just business as usual, right? It doesn't have absurd volume, it's underneath the average volume for a particular day. But RVLT, it's already twice the volume. And if you look at the news for RVLT, you'll be surprised to see that they had news of receives temporary stay of delisting from NASDAQ. So this is essentially, they received a letter from the NASDAQ exchange saying that, hey, you guys are not compliant. You need to reach the minimum bid price. And then, the same type of news was released today, just saying, okay, we're not going to take you off quite yet, but you still need to regain compliance. So not the same exact news to a T, but it's the same concept. It has to do with them not being compliant. So what do you think is going to happen when you have a stock that is setting up a breakout move over 33.5, same low priced, same low float, same news as EMES yesterday that went 100%, it's going to be a very strong breakout. So that's really how I played EMES or RVLT. I really just wanted to wait until we saw a clear breakout form, whether it be one like this or one like this. And then essentially what I was doing was I was using a tick chart, which I can show you guys again, is this. So this is a tick chart. You can see that one candle does not represent 1 minute. See this time here, this is all like 6:54. You can see the time frame at the bottom. So this essentially breaks down, one candle is representative of 21 trades, I believe is how it works. So you can see a lot more data of what's going on in the chart. And essentially what I looked for is just this type of area here where we have the initial push up, and I saw, okay, right there we have some form of resistance. I want to see that become new support. So we had this push up into 34.2s, and it pulled back and it consolidated here for around 2 minutes. Once I saw this consolidation, that's when I said, all right, right when I see volume come into this play, I'm going to start buying. And that's when I started buying some shares. And then just because this has so much range, I don't want to sell for 10% profit because I'm risking 10%. Remember, if we want to be profitable traders, we have to have a profitable risk-reward ratio. So in this case, I was aiming for at least 30 cents. And once I saw weakness, that's when I got out in the 50-cent mark. So that's really it for today. This is one of those plays where it's kind of better to use the volume and the momentum, but overall, of course, I still used levels of support and resistance to dictate this trade. First of all, right here, once we saw the resistance at 40 cents, I didn't sell out because number one, I didn't reach my profit target, and number two, the chart was still bullish. It was still holding that previous resistance as support, and it kept doing so up until it broke underneath this 45-cent line, which is where I sold the rest of my shares. So I'm still using the rules of, support and resistance, and knowing that a stock is uptrending as long as it holds previous resistance as support. But in this instance, I didn't want to be buying into this 28-cent support area just because this could have cracked down and it could have flushed down 15%. And I wouldn't have been able to stop out fast enough. So in this case, I was willing to risk a bit more just to wait until the volume came in, because I was pretty sure, I was pretty confident in the idea that once this gets volume towards a U-shaped breakout, everyone is going to see that, and they're all going to think back to, oh my gosh, look at EMES. It did the breakout. It ran almost 100%. Oh my gosh, look at NVLN. It did the breakout. It ran, not NVLN, what was it? What was it? NVLN, what was it? NVCN, right? Sorry. Oh my gosh, look at this one. It broke over the 52 cents. It ran to $1, right? So everyone's going to be having the thoughts of the recent market action. So you you need to really have a grasp of what's going on in the market on a day-to-day basis. And that's why it's so important to track your trades, do some sort of daily recap, like within TradeBuddy now. We have everyone do daily recaps where everyone just talks about their day and they can kind of track what's going on. In TradeBuddy, everyone makes a watch list where they can track what's going on, and it just allows them to have a much better sense of the market and not just, okay, what's hot for today? Okay, what should I buy today, right? They understand what's going on in the market, and because they can talk about it within a community of traders, we can all kind of stay up to date on what is strong. So that's why I freaking love communities so much. It's not just a course, it's a true community of traders. So that's it for NVCN, or I'm sorry, RVLT. Sorry for kind of rambling there, but it was a very nice trade, and I want to make sure that you guys can kind of learn from it. I'm assuming that if you stuck around all this time, you must have really enjoyed that video lesson. If you want to continue your learning with me, I just opened up a free trading workshop. You can register completely for free, no strings attached, and you're going to get access to 3 training videos that break down exactly the secrets that no one is telling you about how to trade profitably. And I'm also going to be giving you access to my top PDFs. Number 1, my free book, How to Day Trade Every Single Morning. Number 2, my personal trading checklist. Let me show you right here. This right here that I use every single day to plan my trades. And also I'll give you a list of the top 10 most profitable trade strategies of 2019. So you can check all this out in the first link down below, and I really hope to see you in there. Keep in mind that I give out these workshops once a week, and there's only about 30 spots per week. So make sure you get in there now, click the link below, and I'll see you inside.